How's it going, everyone? Nick Salzman here. Happy 2021. Wanted to do a video with you guys to help talk about a little bit about the emotional stuff that a lot of us are going through right now. It's been about a year since we got into this lockdown with COVID. And so what we're going to work on today is maybe work on adjusting and shifting some of these stagnant emotions that are within our energy field, sometimes causing us pain, discomfort, frustration, and ultimately allowing us to live a better life and feel a little bit better through our daily work. So when we're frustrated, when we're dealing with relationships, all this kind of stuff can really take a toll on us mentally, physically, and spiritually. All things are meant to happen. There is no accidents. So I hope if you find this video today, it's because it's going to be something that I think is going to help you. So when we get frustrated, when we hold on to things like fear, when we hold on to things like anxiety, when we hold on to any anger and that kind of stuff, we can feel the stuff residing in different parts of our body. And if you're unsure of how this stuff kind of comes to us, one way that I found works really, really well is if I sit in a calm, relaxed state, take a few calming breaths. Sometimes if I'm asking a question, if I'm holding on to any tension or am I holding on to any pain anywhere and this kind of stuff, is I'll get these little signals either in my physical body or maybe even I'll feel like something like touch my face or something that touches my hand, or if I'm using the pendulum and I'm barefoot, sometimes I'll even feel a little sensation on the bottom side of my foot. And so one day I was very curious and I asked, how come this is happening? How come I'm feeling these sensations? And then I decided to look up a reflexology chart. Some of you guys might be familiar with reflexology. There's different charts that are out there, some for the feet, hands, face, and basically what I found out was I was getting these sensations in certain areas, and so I would look and see what that certain area corresponded to. And it corresponds to a liver. This one corresponded to the liver, and so it showed that the person that I was looking at was definitely having some issues with anger and alcohol and stuff. And so it was a real quick and easy way for me to find that. So I definitely implore you guys to check that out and see if that resonates with you at all. So when we're working on a person from a distance, most of the time I find that it works best to use some sort of like a brass pendulum, something that I can use for distance healing. But if you're seeing this video today and you'd like to have it done on yourself, I would highly suggest you get either a wooden pendulum or maybe even a crystal pendulum. I find that the wooden pendulums work really, really good when we're working on ourselves with our emotional issues. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some protocols, and I want you to follow along like I'm talking to you. Or you can follow along and direct it towards someone else that you're thinking about. Either way, you can play this video as many times as you like, and it'll help you kind of remove some of the stagnant emotional energy that kind of holds us back from living our best life. So the first thing I would do is I would hold my pendulum, right? And we always start with our protective prayer, universal knowledge. I ask to surround us in the highest light, keep us protected from all negativity. Let only beings that reside in the highest of light be allowed to help us at this time. Okay? We ask to repel anything that doesn't serve our highest good, health, and well-being. Okay? So now, when we're ready to work on ourselves, I'm going to ask universal knowledge, do I have permission to connect to my higher self and send some healing energy where it needs to be? Okay, I get my yes. And I say, okay, I ask that we scan all areas of my energy field, all areas of my subconscious and unconscious mind as well. Do we have any stagnant emotional energy that needs to be cleared? Okay, so I got a nice yes. And this is something that you're probably going to have to get used to doing this once in a while to help upkeep a lot of stuff. I mean, we're being bombarded by a lot of things that kind of depress us and keep us down and keep us worried. And so the best thing we can do is just stay calm and just try and send energy out to ourselves and send out energy to everybody else involved, okay? So the very first thing that I want to do is I'm going to ask to remove all pain. Remove all pain, and if I have any kind of lesions in my astral body, sometimes people take antidepressants, sleep medications, and these kinds of things can leave holes in your auric field. So what I'm going to ask is I'm going to ask to remove all pain and cure all astral lesions in all areas of my being. And so when I do this, I'm going to take a deep breath inward, okay? I'm going to hold it for 4 seconds. And then I'm going to exhale 8 seconds. And then hold it for 4. So it looks like this. Universal knowledge, I ask that we remove all pain and cure all astral lesions in all areas of my energy. Next one is I'm going to ask to depolarize all negative mental stimuli and neutralize all toxic emotional trauma stored in the bank of memory and energy field of myself from the beginning of time to the present moment. Thank you. And last but not least, once we neutralize something or remove something, we want to fill it with the opposite or fill it with something better. So I say universal knowledge, I ask at this time that we nourish the Christ spark with unconditional love energy and allow us to feel full, content, and complete once again. Thank you. And so now, some of this stuff, some of these emotional blockages can really help point a picture to some of the stuff that's being produced by our own mind. One of the things that we like to do too is acknowledge self-sabotaging behavior. You can call it self-induced parasitic mental currents. You can call it what you want. You can say self-sabotaging behavior. But I say at this time that we neutralize all self-sabotaging behavior being produced within this body. Thank you. And with this, we would just ask, after we're done doing the neutralizing, I mean, it doesn't take very long to do this stuff, and it can have a really big impact on us, is we always ask that, we serve the light. We always ask for a blessing under the light, but we more so just ask for the patience and acknowledge that everything's going to happen in divine timing. If we live in anxiety because we're fearful of the future or anxious of the future, we're going to rob our peace from today. So no matter what, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. We don't have control over all of that. But what we do have control over is today, and being able to bring in healing energy and being able to reset some of these negative beliefs that we have that are holding us back. More importantly, allow us to step forward into our own power and into our own highest good. So anytime we do this work, understand that the emotions that are inside of us are also going to reflect in people that are around us. What happens in our inner world reflects our outer world. So if you're interested in doing healing on people, understand that when we heal people, we want to find what's inside of us that's reflecting inside of them. What do we have in common? If you're dealing with like an entity in the house, it's the same kind of thing. They're there because there's something that's on the inside of us that's being mirrored. It is a reflection of our inner world. So the key is when you're doing the healing on people, instead of just saying, I send healing energy to this person to help them sleep better at night, okay? What I'm going to look at is I'm going to say, is there a common emotion or belief between the two of us, okay? And we'll just say that it's restlessness, not being able to relax easily or put your mind at peace easily, any of that kind of stuff, okay? So what I'm going to do, if I want that person to sleep, and I see restlessness as their problem as well, it's one of mine, is I'm going to say, universal knowledge, do we have permission to focus on the link between the two of us? What's inside of me is what's also inside of them. And so I ask at this time that we neutralize all restlessness happening within my energy field. Thank you. So a little bit different today, but wanted to share with you guys something recent and something that I've been working on is this hot breath. I will be talking more in depth about it in the future, but wanted to just give you guys a little preview on how some of this works. I hope you guys enjoyed the presentation. I will be having wooden pendulums available soon on pendulumoptometrics.com. You're welcome to go on there and check one out and see if it resonates with you. I have some metal pendulums that are on the way as well. My latest one, I'll give you some more information on it, but this one is going to be very good for distance healing. This is a white light pendulum, so this is something that if you're sending healing energy to a house or a person or any of that kind of stuff, it's going to work really well. But I want you to see something on this, okay? I'm sure somebody's pendulums do this too, but these ones are specific. I make these ones the way that they are, so that way they interact with the ha breath. And the ha breath is a resonance, it's a sound, so you can, not sure if you can hear that or not. Okay, so these new designs that are going to come out, they almost hold on to a harmonic tone. And so what that does is that interacts with the breath. When I'm going and doing the clearing, it interacts with the stuff. All pendulums do. All pendulums interact with the ha. You don't even need a pendulum to use the ha. But I can tell you there are some that interact with it that can help increase what we do over distance. So I hope you guys appreciate some of this. It's definitely a big passion of mine. If you got any questions, go ahead and put it down there in the comment section. Please follow this page, and yeah, thank you for being here, and I appreciate you guys, and there'll be lots more to come on this. Until then, God bless.